that one taller? Is this one taller than?
I can make that one even taller if you want.
Oh, yeah?
I figured out the trick.
Did you figure out how to do it?
I turned them over and I looked.
Yeah, first thing to do, wouldn't it?
Well, I had done that before, but I wasn't persistent with it.
Wasn't what?
Persistent. I was not persistent. I did not continue to try.
You found the key.
I did.
I am not surprised.
All right, we are live.
I am not surprised. Well, all right.
If Tom comes to our meeting, he'll be.
I'm out of the picture, I don't like it.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Gee.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh, well,
We need to
what was
scoot
that?
it this way.
Huh?
So we need to scoot it all this way.
No.
That way we can be out.
I like it when you lovely ladies are in the picture and I'm out. I didn't get an opportunity to go back by the house this morning. There's a lot of business being done at a place like Macadoodles this time of year.
There is.
I usually go back by the house and kind of freshen up a little bit before I come down here, so it's good for me to be off in the corner.
I think there's a lot of business being done everywhere today.
Mercy.
Yeah. So do you stay here for Christmas, or will you?
I will stay here.
Travel.
You know, we went on that trip, and then, a couple months ago, we've had a bunch of our grandkids and family in for Thanksgiving. And, you know, all of our kids, have to split their time between, us and their other, in-laws.
Right.
So, we let them, we don't argue. We just, if we can get one of the major holidays this time of year.
Yeah.
We try to slip in New Year's every once in a while. Of course, none of us can stay up that late, so we celebrate the ball dropping in London or somewhere.
Oh, we celebrate at 10, yeah, so whatever country's celebrating at 10 o'clock.
We got caught by one of our grandchildren a couple of years ago because we were actually celebrating a ball drop that was a year or two old. What? It's 2020, that says 2019. Well, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Y'all ready for Christmas? Got all your shopping done? Nobody's gonna have to go out into this mad rush right now.
You.
Figured y'all were too smart for that.
You have to get some groceries, but.
Yeah, I have a grocery pickup, so, yeah. So,
That's not too bad.
no.
At least they're the ones that pushed a cart around inside that busy place and
Yeah.
bagged it up for you.
Trying to get into town yesterday. I had a chiropractic appointment and I decided to go to Buff City after I left.
To where?
Lunch, Buff City, the soap place.
Oh, next to Target.
That was a mistake.
Oh, I bet, because
They
that's
were
like
not-
Christmas stockings
They
and
were not
stuff
busy.
like that.
They
Oh,
were not like
they're
overly busy.
Oh.
But the parking lot for Target and Kohl's was ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
And the drive, like all the little roads were crammed full of people. I went all the way around everybody and went back towards 112 and around to get on the bypass. I was like, I'm not sitting in line all day.
I had to make a stop by Carpet One, just east of there. And so I came down, what is that, road that's named after some politician? Anyway, I should know that, shouldn't I?
That's not you, no.
I don't think that's mine, but I'm awfully bad. It's not mine. I'm awfully bad to do that. Anyway, that area over there where you're talking about with Target and
Yeah.
all that place was absolutely packed.
It was
Down packed, they were
crazy
parked
yesterday.
along the curb and,
Wow.
Well, and of course, my goofy self, I had a chiropractor's appointment scheduled for 4. Well, I got it done at Bus City at 3 o'clock. I started driving home before I realized I had to turn around and go back.
Oh.
I was so mad. I was like, man. And so then I had to try and get through it, and by the time I left the chiropractor's, it was like 4:45, and so it was even worse. And I was like, I'm done. I was like, I do not want to go anywhere else the rest of the weekend.
That Target parking lot is bad.
It is a horrible parking lot.
And I think part of it is the way they've set up their pickup, and then they've got those cones to try and separate it and stuff. It makes it narrow to drive through there, and then there's the people just constant. It's a bad
terrible.
parking lot
This
design.
parking lot's terrible.
I used to do a bit of business traveling and stuff up north and Midwest in particular. And those Target parking lots up there, like in Minneapolis and that area, those things are huge. But the reason they are is they allow the city to pile snow in those parking lots during the winter.
Okay.
I was thinking, I wasn't thinking about that, but I was at just outside of Minneapolis. I was at early one morning, McDonald's. I was inside sitting down, and I glanced outside because there was some activity going on. There was this machine going along. You know how they put the snow all over on the curb? It's a machine that was chopping it up and blowing it onto this dump truck that was following along with it.
Wow.
And I thought, well, that's how they get all that snow in the parking lots.
Right.
Targets. But I don't ever want to live somewhere where that's a common sight.
No, I wouldn't either. No. No.
Ever.
Oh, my goodness.
One of my friends posted on Facebook asking what your favorite part of winter was, and I said, when it's over. Not like it.
My favorite part of winter is fall.
Oh, my goodness, fall.
Yeah, well, you could do something like this. Well, it kills some ticks.
Yes,
Yeah, mosquitoes,
yeah.
if it gets cold enough.
But it doesn't get them all.
No, it doesn't.
I'm talking about mosquitoes. The biggest mosquitoes I ever saw were in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah.
75 for Christmas.
I know, and that makes it just not feel like Christmas at all.
What's that?
How warm it's gonna be on Christmas Day, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about, B and I are talking about having, her brother and sister-in-law over Christmas, afternoon or evening and build a bonfire outside, in our fire pit, have dinner, you know.
It's perfect weather for it.
Yeah, it really would be.
Unless the wind's blowing too much, that gets a little tricky, especially when it's swirling around, which it does a lot in our backyard because of the way the house is around it. But we may just do that. So you want to move pretty quick, get this over with today?
I think so, I don't think we really have a lot, I mean, it's all pretty straightforward.
Hear anything from anybody on the map
Mm-mm.
or word?
No, and if we did, like, this is the point where it would, like, be legal action. So, and it was published in the paper on the 19th, so that starts the 30 days. So, yeah. So, And then I talked to the judge today, and after that 30 days is over, the judge will do his part for the, constable.
Yeah, I saw him mention that to him. He said, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that."
Yeah. Oh.
I think, he told me that, Leslie Rutledge dropping out of the governor's race and jumping into the Senate governor's race kind of sucked all the air out of his campaign, I think.
Yeah. That one's, it's just tough. That one will be,
Yeah.
yeah. So. It'll be interesting once filing opens up and we actually get to see
Yeah.
all the candidates that are actually filing. Debbie, what was it that you said we have 10 state rep districts now that we'll have to build ballots for, and how many Senate? 6.
10 in northwest Arkansas,
For Washington County.
Washington County. And what was it before?
8,
8?
yeah. So,
We've got 2 more that touch us now than we used to.
yeah.
And you say it's how many Senate?
I don't think there were 6.
And it used to be, what, 5?
I think just 5, yeah. And I don't feel like they talked about us gaining, but I feel like because now so many of our districts are split with other counties, it's different. So, yeah. So.
And they flip-flopped them, where it used to be, Congressional District 7, or,
State, right?
Yeah, 89, 88,
Yeah.
whatever. Now it's low numbers.
Oh, yeah, they started.
Yeah.
The numbers up here in this corner.
Yeah. So.
That was interesting that they did that on.
Apparently, they pick a corner, like every 10 years, they'll start in a different corner and start the renumbering, so yeah. There'll be a lot on the ballot, 'cause all the state reps will be, all the state senate, all the JPs, all the county executive offices, all the state executive offices, and then all the school districts with their zones. So this will be a very big primary ballot.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay then, all righty then.
Yep. Gonna be a lot of names to proof.
Hey, Max, you
Yeah, beat Renee.
beat Renee again.
I did. I'm
What's
on a
going
roll,
on?
man. I'll tell you.
What's happening?
Yeah. All right. So this is the potential setup.
I think so. I think we came in here and they had taught a class, so they kind of had this pushed back. And we thought, well, if we just separated this and pushed it back, then that would have the public be
Sure.
in this back part. We would still have the space we need, but give us that separation. So.
Yeah, I think that seems good, just for election nights, right?
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
went ahead and did it today
Yeah.
so you guys could see it. But yeah, just for election night. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, we may wanna, pull that table out of the way and push these to the center or.
Yeah, we'll have to move them.
We will have to move.
I don't mind being out of the picture.
So, we'll have to make adjustments
Down
on
here.
our side. So, yeah.
I'll slither my way around.
Yeah, fair.
But the,
Kim's got that little tiny bit, and he's got that
Oh, man. Look at that. Makes you wonder if there's any registered voters even right there. Oh, man. Man, that should have been cleaned up. They said they didn't really do any cleanup on the Senate side. At least, but then look too what it does for us up here. That's gonna be a completely different precinct. Because it's just that tiny little sliver right there. Is this for Senate stuff? Is that her? She only has 3.
Looks like A&M doesn't have enough scholarship players to play in the Gator Bowl.
Wow, that's wild.
That happened to Arkansas last year, when Texas Tech dropped out, when we were supposed to play on Ballot.
Oh, man, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough who were
Theirs
eligible.
Theirs was,
1, so
COVID.
1,
Yeah, okay.
2,
this one's a combination, I think, of
4, 5.
COVID issues and.
Does that count as 6?
Probably,
Oh,
so, going to the,
I was gonna say,
yeah,
going pro and sitting it out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. But
Yeah.
those,
So Wake Forest is without a opponent.
those fans are not gonna be
They
pleased.
are,
The ones who bought tickets.
NCAA is working hard to try to find a replacement team.
Wow. I bet a lot of A&M fans booked tickets and booked hotels and flights and like you would.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Running late
Oh,
from Renee.
Okay. I was like, she's
Running late?
never late.
Running late a lot lately.
I agree. I agree.
We're gonna have to
Been
have,
running a little.
we're gonna have to do an intervention or something.
Debbie fixed it.
All right.
It reminds me of a windmill.
And everything on here is really just signing
Yeah,
documents.
signing documents.
Kind of
That's-
dusty.
Pretty much it.
When the
Yeah.
wind has died down, but there's just
Yeah.
a slightest little bit of debris.
Where's your WD-40, David?
I don't think we have, we don't have any in the office. I sprayed some alcohol on it.
Alcohol.
That's all we got in the office.
Alcohol dries too quick.
I have some olive oil.
Probably work temporarily. I gum up the works after a while.
They'll be like, why does these seats smell?
Okay.
Let me ask her if we should start, or do we wanna just wait?
Well, what can we do without her?
It's all signatures, it just requires 2 signatures for all of the documents. But, so that would be up to the commission on if we wanted to start, and when she got here, then she could
Sign it,
Sign.
sign hers.
her part of it. So, I mean, because we don't have, other than the provisional ballot hearing, which,
We'll hold off on that.
well, that person, it started at 1, so that individual isn't here. So we would, I mean, we could call the meeting to order if the commission wanted to, and handle the first 2 items.
That's fine.
Call it to order there.
All right. I'll officially call the meeting to order. Item number 1 on the agenda, approval of
I'm
the
good.
minutes. Approved?
Yep.
Approved. Item 2, provisional ballot hearing. No one has arrived for the hearing, so we will hold that portion of the agenda open, pending arrival of the one person who may show up. Let's move on to item 3, certification of the December 14th State Senate special primary election.
So, the provisional ballot, that individual is the one for lack of ID. So she did not,
Oh, she didn't show up.
she did not show,
She can't, even if she shows up
even
now.
if she showed up today, you wouldn't be able to.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's
We figured
fine.
the traffic has,
I had lunch with my brother,
Oh.
whose wife we buried Monday, so.
Well, you need to spend time doing that.
Didn't get away soon enough, so this looks good. I like it. Y'all did a good job. Forgive me for being late.
No, you're good. We were just talking about the provisional ballot. The one person, I guess it is lack of ID. So
Okay.
they did not show up
They didn't show up, okay.
to
I
on
can
Monday.
call this to order and we okayed the.
Thank you. I'm glad you proceeded without me. I felt bad.
No,
I owe you
You're good.
for your time.
no, it's all good.
But,
Well, no, you don't owe me a thing.
well, I presumed on your time, and I apologize for that, but here we are now. Okay, so we've determined that provisional ballot will not count then.
That is correct. So
Okay.
there is the document in front of you, it was on, that first
Oh, this
envelope.
one? Okay,
Signed.
all right.
I did call and leave that individual a message, that she had until Monday to come. I went ahead and mailed a letter on Monday afternoon after she didn't come at noon, just
Okay.
to let her know that her ballot did not count, that
Right.
she could come to the day to appeal. However, there isn't anything, I mean,
Mhm.
unless the commission, you know, voted against the law, basically,
Okay.
for it to
Right.
count.
Yeah, okay, so we'll check other and we'll put, what? No ID or didn't show up for,
So she failed to, the way they have it phrased is she failed to satisfy the general ID requirement,
okay,
is the terminology that the state is using.
okay. Failed to provide required, I don't even know how to spell required. ID. Leave it at that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave the date in, I'm gonna leave the date, blank for when she gets notified. You can,
I mailed her a
you've
letter.
already done it, so we'll do it today then.
Yep.
All right,
I did mail her a letter. It just did not include that document, but it included the
Okay.
fact that, that she would be a no essentially because she didn't show up
Okay.
by noon,
okay, great.
so.
Interestingly, today, if you write it out in numbers, is the same backwards and forwards.
I saw that palindrome. There've been 22 dates this year.
This
that have
year?
been
Oh, no kidding.
palindromes. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, funny, huh?
Life gets a little strange. Do.
Do you need to see that?
I'm good with it.
All right, okay. Okay, that was number 2. Have we done number 1 yet?
Yes, we did.
Okay, all right. Thank you all. That's probably not the best terminology to use. Forgive me. Okay, item number 3, certification of the December 14th special primary election results.
Yes. So, the
Oh, is that what
document-
these are?
Yeah, so there's several different ones.
Okay,
There's, 2 for each of these so that we can keep an original and the clerk will have an
oh,
original.
gotcha.
So the first one is just our overall certification that Washington County has typically done. This we will file with the county clerk's office and we'll keep one in our office as well. The
Okay,
numbers reflect the 4 additional provisionals that the commission counted on Thursday.
perfect. Okay.
And basically, when I put the numbers in there, I just pull from the PDF, so we're not
Oh,
retyping.
oh,
or
good.
anything like that, it's just
Yeah.
straight
Good deal.
from the PDF.
Okay. Jim, I'll pass that to you, and then we can pass it over to Max. You're a little closer than he is.
Mhm.
Shall we just go on with these then?
The second one, I looked back for the primary in 2020, and we actually did, certificates of election for each of the political parties. So this is the one for the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Obviously, the Republican one is still undecided.
Right.
This sets forth the candidates for the general election.
Okay. In the future, we need to get people with shorter names. Okay, what do we got in here?
The third one is the state certification document. This is, we load this up to the election night
Okay,
reporting, that the state sets up for state elections. So we have uploaded those results to the state. It generates a file for the election commission to sign. There are 3 copies in there for the election commission
Okay.
to sign. That way I send originals to Little Rock, Becky keeps one in her office, and then we keep one.
gotcha.
And the way I think they want the signatures on there, I think Jim is the majority member.
Yes.
And then Max will be the
Mhm.
the third
Okay,
one, so. And there's 3 of those, and then we have
Okay.
it ready to mail to Little Rock.
okay. I'll pass those to you and trade you. All right,
One more for Jim.
Oh,
there
here.
on that one.
yeah,
Did I miss one?
yeah, you did.
Oh.
That's all right. It's a lot of paperwork.
It's like buying a house, you know, we think of this, like,
That's it.
okay, and then sign here, and then sign here.
From the time we bought our first house in 1977 to when we bought our second house in 2000, I'm like, wow, the whole process has changed. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the one that has already been signed.
Okay.
And I mean, I thought, we didn't sign but like one document when we bought the house in 77.
The next one is just the provisional ballot report. It just reflects, which ballots did count, which ballots did not count.
Oh, good, okay.
With the individuals on there, and then, of course, it accounts for the one abandoned ballot that we had.
Is this public information? Somebody can access this sheet?
It is public information. There is a question on how much of it is public information.
Yeah,
Back, because we were FOIA'd for
Oh,
the
that's right,
lawsuits
yeah.
for the, against the voter ID, laws. And a
Mhm.
lot of the FOIA requests that we received had to do with provisional ballots.
got it.
And there was a question on whether the individuals' names were public information or not.
Right,
And I'm not sure what they determined.
Oh, okay.
I talked to Garrett, and he advised us on what to send.
oh, yeah,
But we had already sent a lot of it before. Some of the clerks were saying that the names weren't FOIable.
and they could be redacted.
They could be, but I'm not 100% sure that they aren't
Yeah,
voidable,
yeah.
because if I voted a regular ballot, my name is public.
Would be, yeah,
So if I voted a provisional, why wouldn't my name be
Right.
public?
good question.
So,
I don't know.
I know that there was debate on that.
But they haven't resolved it that you know of? Okay, well, we do what we need to do until we get advised otherwise. Yeah.
And then the last one is the ballot, report now required by the, FCC.
Okay,
And so this reflects, the provisional reflects the absentee, and it will be filed with the SBEC for that one.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily, I think it requires a signature of who prepared it. I think it only requires one signature.
Okay. You want one of us to sign it, and then you sign where it says position of person filing this report?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. All right. And this is the one that you actually, file in, Excel form for the secretary, or for, the
State board.
state board?
Yes.
That's right, it's for
Yeah,
the
they
state
send
board.
it to us as a fillable Excel
Yeah.
form, and then I fill in the numbers, and it prints, and then I print that, but we'll,
Okay.
I'll scan it and send it as a PDF.
Gotcha. Okay. Have a look there. Down to you, Max. All right, next item is signed certification of logic and accuracy for the upcoming runoff.
So this is where we've tested all of the machines, know that they're counting accurately, everything that goes out election day, the TN200, and so this report reflects, that test.
Okay. All right, and this is what you keep on hand in case somebody is wondering about it. Let's
Yes.
see.
That, we keep that on hand, and then we also, if someone were to ask for a recount,
Right,
this would be the
You
very
show it first.
document that we would give the person who asked for a recount.
okay.
And we'll file this with the county clerk, and we also will file with the Secretary of State's office.
Mm-hmm.
But we also, for these elections, we uploaded the election night reporting so they can test. So this is also a way for them to test, to make sure that their election night reporting system is working correctly.
Oh,
He'll
gotcha.
have, he doesn't have that part of it set up for me
Mhm.
yet. He'll have it set up for me on Monday,
Okay,
and then I'll upload the ASCII file,
okay.
for them to do their test.
So before the election,
Yes.
okay. All right. So our next meeting is not until January 11th.
Yeah, unless something comes up.
Right.
Unless the commission wants
Nothing's gonna come
Unless the
up.
commission wants to meet earlier. We do have some things we will need to start prep work for the primary in May, such as
Right.
election day sites,
Yeah.
early vote sites, and start, seeing, right now, we've heard back from all of our election day sites, with the exception of Yvonne Richardson Center and Archer
Oh.
Learning. Yvonne Richardson Center, I think, will be a yes. I don't know why it would be, except that they are looking to remodel and refurbish the Yvonne Richardson Center. So I don't know how that timeline will work with our timeline.
Okay.
And then Archer will have to wait till, we've been talking to them, but once school comes back in session, we'll narrow that down. Our early vote sites, that's the one where we're having, making sure we can get back into those. I've been in contact with the University of Arkansas. Just, the commission will have to decide, but I want to make sure I can present you with options. So so at least they're looking at that now.
Okay.
And Boys and Girls Club, they have been looking to see about letting us back in. And so.
Are they closed right now?
So they're not closed, but they reworked how they have the children in there for social distancing.
Right.
Which means that eats up space that we might normally be in, but we've been kind of pushing them so that we really like to be back at.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Diamond Dance Studio is no longer an option for us. It's
Oh.
now a peanut butter factory. So.
Wow.
So, yeah. So we're trying to figure out other options for
Yeah.
us. The Civic Center is a no-go for early vote for us.
They have activities going on or something?
They do, but they will be ready for us for Election Day. So we won't lose them as an
Right.
Election Day site. But Elmdale Baptist Church is willing to host us for 2 weeks
Oh,
for early
good,
vote.
good.
The rodeo grounds is still a
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I have met with the city of Springdale. Shiloh Museum has a meeting area that might be a possibility for us, as a pop-up location. So I've got some different possibilities
Yeah.
for us. You know, our standard ones, we hope to be back into all of those, but some other ones that I'll present to the commission, and you'll need to make decisions
Okay.
on those as well. Arvest Ballpark, NWAC is a no. Once COVID hit,
Oh.
and the meeting space we would have been in is now classroom.
Oh, really?
The other thing that they realized too is their parking lot is not as big as they
No, it's not.
anticipated it would
Yeah.
be, and they have to share space with Arvest, but if there's a baseball game, they can't share space
Yeah.
with Arvest.
Yeah.
So it's too complicated to be in WAC.
Yeah.
For Arvest, we can be in there for the fall, that's not an issue. For the spring, there is 1 week where, of the 2 weeks, one, there are
Overlap.
baseball games,
Ah,
the other week there are not, but we can be in there the week that there is not baseball games. But I'm gonna look to see if there's something else that we can do for the 1
Yeah.
week or another alternative in that area.
I guess it becomes an issue in my mind of consistency, and the jumping around is, I think, problematic if we can find
Yep.
a site that we can
Right.
count on.
And Arvest we can count on, it's always baseball
Right,
season.
it's baseball.
For the presidential year, it doesn't impact us because
Mhm.
baseball season
Yeah.
doesn't start.
Right,
It's always the governor's race
Yeah.
where we're in.
yeah.
We were hoping NWAC would be a
Yeah.
place, but we've been in Arvest since
Yeah.
2016,
Yeah.
and it always performs for us
Right,
well.
right.
I mean, I like it, but we have had issues with it over the years.
We have, but consistency-wise, they're willing to let us be there year after year as long as
Right.
it doesn't impact with baseball.
Right.
There's just not community buildings being built.
I was
Mhm.
gonna ask, is anything gonna be built over in that area that?
Yeah, there's a lot being
I
built.
know, but.
But is it-
You know,
Yeah.
something that we could use long term,
It's homes and apartment buildings and,
medical
yeah.
facilities.
yeah, the medical facilities where they don't want a bunch of people coming through the door.
Yeah.
There's no places, like, when they're building community centers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like in
Built
Green.
that, Blue Cross Blue Shield building, do they have any space?
I don't know, and I am willing to explore and talk to anyone. The problem with those type of buildings, we've really lucked out with Medical Arts Pharmacy.
Yeah.
They have invited us back year after year after year, is, like Max said, the consistency.
Mhm.
They might let us be there for 1 year, but then the next year, they've sold that space.
Or a
they've rented
different,
that space
a different
out.
administrator, is gonna say no,
Right.
where one said yes.
Yep.
I've explored the option of being at, where's your arts and crafts shows held at, Springdale Convention
Oh, at the
Center.
convention center.
They will charge us
Yeah,
about
that's kind of,
$7,000.
yeah.
And that's that's like a prorated, like,
No,
you know,
yeah,
we're giving it to you, you know, just
yeah,
bare minimum.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
we will keep looking and present to you our
Yeah.
best option.
Okay.
But we are just not, Washington County, that's one thing I feel like we lack versus like
Yeah.
Benton County. They
Yeah.
have many more community centers,
Right.
convention centers and things like that. So, but we'll keep on it. So we will need to meet,
Okay.
you know, in January, and I mean, it doesn't have to be soon, but to keep,
Right.
start thinking about early vote.
For which election?
For the primary May.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
We've got a
Well,
ways to go.
yeah, I mean, to the degree we can keep every single site we normally have,
Right.
we wanna do that.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
Right.
consistency, as you pointed out.
Yeah, but I hate it if we just have 1 week and not 2 weeks in the same location.
Yeah,
It confuses people.
it does.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
But RVS, what we've done in the past for the spring election,
Mhm.
we've not either
Right.
we've not had it open.
Yes.
Which for the spring election, our voter turnout is a lot less. I
Mhm.
mean, I think for the primary 2018,
Mhm.
I think our voter turnout was around 35-40%.
Okay.
And early vote was hardly
Right.
any part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the primary is always less voters, less early vote turnout. It's the general, we need to push to make sure.
And they'll be okay for that, so.
They're perfectly fine with the general. It's
Yeah.
just it's baseball.
Yeah,
They
of
could
course.
not have- If we could get the Kansas City Royals, because isn't that, or is it the Springdale? Is it the Cardinals?
I think
Which one is?
No, I think
it's
isn't the Royals, yeah,
We could
yeah.
just get their management to,
Move it a
work
week
with-
later.
Yes.
Play all away games.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, there you go, all the way. I love it. Hey, Jim, you're not showing up on there.
Oh, really?
You're not. Did you move down?
So, but those will be things that will be coming up that the commission will need to
Yeah.
discuss. We do, the law has changed, we have to make those decisions 60 days before
Okay.
the election now and not 30 days before.
Oh.
So, but obviously, we want to make them as quickly as
Right,
we can.
yeah, and get that confirmed with those
When
folks.
you say that area, you're really talking about the West Springdale
Yeah.
area?
Yes.
You're not thinking in East Springdale or anywhere like that?
We don't have too many problems with the places on the east side, do we?
What do we use on the east side?
Well,
The
I mean,
Civic Center
the
is
Civic
what we
Center, yeah,
But Elmdale has
If they can-
formed,
Has been good.
oh my goodness.
yeah.
That Elmdale pop-up,
Yeah,
like,
that's a great pop-up
it was
location.
great location for us,
Mhm.
great voter turnout.
Mhm.
So I think it will be an easy transition for us
Right.
for that side.
It would be good if there was something farther
It
east,
would be,
but,
and we
Still
looked,
need something
Have you looked?
Yeah, exactly,
checked with
exactly.
Got some over there.
the Springdale Senior Center?
so we
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be in, John, we used to be in
Yeah.
there. And I will go back to them, they have so many activities.
right, that's
For
true.
2 weeks, I don't know,
Yeah.
but if we did if Elmdale was our main spot, maybe
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be a pop-up spot for
Mm.
us. And they might be willing to set aside 3 or 4 days for us as a pop-up
Right.
site, which might be a really good
Yeah.
pop-up one for us. The Shiloh Community Room is willing to have us there for 2
Oh.
weeks. But it's not as visible as Elmdale.
Right, right.
So it might be a pop-up location. So we'll come to you with lots of options, for you to look at. And then if you know areas in Springdale that
Yeah.
maybe, we just sometimes get on Google Maps and just start kind of looking to see, well, that looks like a big location, what's
Mhm.
there? Would they be willing to host us? And then we just call and say, hey,
Mhm.
can we discuss this with you? So, yeah.
I'm a salesman and I'm trying to.
Yeah, or I actually, a lot of times I'll call, the
Hate that.
city of Springdale and
Yeah.
talk to the city clerk there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's going on in the city? What do you know? What are they building? What might be a location for us?
I'm curious, a couple years back, we had that place, across from the, close Tawny Town Harps. It was a church
Great
that,
Flint Church.
yes.
It's not there any longer.
Is there something there that is,
I can look
potential?
to see. The other option I was thinking was a little bit further down is New Hope Church.
oh, yeah.
Is behind that
Yeah.
the barbecue place.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might be an option for us.
Yeah.
So,
Right next to my neighborhood.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thought about visiting with New Hope Church
Good.
to see
Okay.
about that location as
Mhm.
well. It's a great location. It's easy to get out of. There's a light there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
For me, that's
Yeah.
important. 'Cause
Yeah.
like, if you've got heavy traffic, how
Yeah.
can I get in and out easily?
Right.
They've got a big parking lot. So New Hope Church is one that we want to visit with. I've called for Fayetteville, I've also called the Fayetteville Public Library
Mhm.
to see, it's so close to.
Do they
my
have a
house.
community room?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah?
They have
I haven't been in there
renovated.
lately.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
a location now that we would have our own separate entrance,
Ooh.
our own parking lot, and it would be great
Yeah.
on early vote side.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, so I've got a phone call into them to maybe visit with them at the beginning of the year
Good.
about possibly
Mhm.
using their location too.
Oh, yeah.
The public yeah, it would be, I wish we could transport that to Springdale and have that in the middle of Springdale where their library is.
Yeah.
It would be an amazing
Yeah.
location, so yeah.
Well,
But those are just some of the things we're
Good.
working on
Yeah.
too. In addition to all of this, we've been working on kind of, thinking about the primary too.
well, we're gonna be okay until the 11th. You don't need us to meet
No.
before that unless something unusual comes up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, if you guys will put those meetings, some tentative, on your calendars, we'll start the new year out, and our equipment is all up to snuff and everything.
Our equipment is all up to go.
Everything's upgraded.
Yes, I have been speaking with ES&S about using the new tablets for the February the 8th
Oh, yeah.
election. He said that they can make it work. It will be a lot more work on our team, but I talked to them today and they're willing to do it because we think it would be important for us to do it. So our goal is to use the new tablets for the
Okay.
February the 8th election.
Cool.
They're still all in boxes.
Oh, wow.
So when I
Oh.
say it's gonna be a lot of work for us, it's gonna
Yeah.
be a lot of work.
Yeah,
But, we think it's important
Yeah.
to do the work
I agree.
for our poll workers to
Yeah.
be able to use them for this election. So that is our goal, and I'm working with ES&S to make that happen. for
The
February.
sooner we get that launched, probably the more comfortable y'all will be.
We think so, and it'll give our poll workers a chance to work with it
Yeah.
on not quite as busy of an election, and then come back to us and say, this worked, this didn't work, and then we
Mhm.
can make corrections for the primary.
Oh, good, yeah,
So, yeah,
good.
so,
Okay, well, I hope you'll take a little time off at Christmas.
yeah.
And Merry Christmas to all.
Yes, and Merry Christmas to all of you. Any other business?
None for me.
No? Okay, then we're making this a quick meeting.
Yeah.
If it weren't for my absence
It's
early.
quicker for some of us than others.
My apologies, I hated
Teasing
being
you.
late.